Smoke filled Zone 7. It choked out the blue sky and trapped the sun in a thick orange haze that settled over every inch of the charred forest. But Elodie and Aiden had made it. They had been through hell, and this was the last bit, the outer rim, the final test before absolute freedom. Elodie's lungs burned and her eyes teared, but she forced herself to stay facing the grays and blacks of the forest and not turn around to gaze at the box truck that had dropped Aiden and her off in the middle of this wasteland. There was no use in looking in a direction she could no longer travel. The truck's low grumble turned into a distant purr before fading from existence on its trek back to civilization. Silence bored into Elodie's ears as she balled her hands into fists and made herself move forward, one foot in front of the other, into the muffled thud, thud of each step was as soothing as a metronome. Next to her, Aiden was her shadow at high noon. Goosebumps crested against her skin as his arm grazed hers, while they silently trekked deeper into Zone 7. Having him there and knowing that they'd been through everything together was a comfort. It was true that misery loved company, but more than that, misery loved being held close and told everything was going to be okay. "How are you?" Aiden finally broke the silence. "Fine." The word came out a croaky whisper, and Elodie swallowed past the dryness in her throat. "I'm fine." "You can't die in VRL. It's not real." Astrid's voice pounded against Elodie's ears. Turns out that wasn't true. Once again, her misery reared its ugly head, and Elodie blinked back the image of her best friend's glossy black ponytail swimming in a sea of fresh blood. "Getting out here was easier than I thought it'd be." Her stomach twisted. Fleeing the city had been less complicated than expected, but there was nothing easy about what she and Aiden had been through. The memory of blood spraying from Kath's body temporarily stained her vision red. "I'm sorry," she whispered. She wanted to be everything he needed, everything they needed, and move forward without dragging the weight of the past with them. She wanted to forget the last day and banish the memories that haunted them like the ghosts of her best friend and Aiden's adopted mother. But there was no escaping what had happened. Tears burned Elodie's eyes. This time, it wasn't the smoke. She stared up at the dingy orange sky to keep from crying. The mask she made from a red bandana she found in her pack pressed against her parted lips as she inhaled. It had stopped raining, but ash still fell from above like snow.